Hello and welcome to Buddy's Much Podcast. My name is Sean and I'm joined here by my friend Andrew.
That's me.
And my other friend Chase.
That is me.
That is you. Today's topic, we're talking about Bethesda Softworks. Bethesda, the gaming studio, makes a lot of open world fantasy games. Let's start off with Bethesda's iconic series, The Elder Scrolls.
Ooh.
Starting with their first Arena. Do you know a living soul who has played Arena?
I honestly don't. I've never played Arena. I've seen maybe one speed run of Arena.
Yeah, I've seen clips of Arena.
And it is a very old, very, I don't want to say complicated, but it's not like today's games where they kind of hold your hand. But I mean, that's a lot of Elder Scrolls. They kind of just throw you in there and you got to do it. But I don't know anyone that's played Arena ever.
Or, I mean, for that matter, Daggerfall, the next game in the series.
I've seen more gameplay of Daggerfall, but just because I'm a big fan of Morrowind, and they do take a lot of concepts from Daggerfall and put them into Morrowind. But again, Daggerfall, I've never played it. No, I'd like to one day. Just a little bit. That's the whole game.
I think it's PC exclusive.
It is PC exclusive.
Yeah. Just because, the Xbox 360 wasn't out in, the 70s. Or the 80s, or whenever that came out.
But after Daggerfall, we actually get to my favorite game of all time.
The meat of it.
Which is Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, released on the Xbox.
That's right.
I have a lot of memories.
Xbox.
Yes, that's right. The OG Xbox. A lot of memories, a lot of hours put into this game.
Mostly in Sedyanin.
That's correct. I've played the beginning of this game way too much. But, no, I replayed it, or not replayed it. I replayed a little bit of it the other day, and I'm still finding new stuff out. So that's how you know it's a good game, in my opinion.
The only thing I remember from Morrowind is playing at your house when we were kids on your Xbox.
Yeah.
That's the only
thing
I remember.
It's a good game. I know, Sean, you put a lot of hours into Oblivion.
I've played copious amounts of Oblivion.
You have played Oblivion to completion.
100%. I've done every mission. I've done every achievement. I've done everything there is to do in that game with one character. This isn't like, make a mage, do the Mage's Guild. Make a stealthy guy, do a Thieves Guild. It was one character, whom I named Greg. And he just ran through with his warhammer. He was an orc.
Naturally.
Greg and solved all of his problems with his warhammer. I just ran through the Mage's Guild. You need to learn how to cast a spell to retrieve the ring. And I'm just like, wham! Quest complete, Archmage. I cast Thwack.
I like the storyline in Oblivion, but I cannot get over the weird when you talk to someone
the zoom in,
and then their face is so intense with their face move. I don't know. It just
definitely, and their entire persuasion system, where you're trying to talk to them, trying to get them to like you. Maybe I'm stupid, but I found it incredibly too difficult.
Yeah, in Morrowind it's more grindy, where it was just you press persuasion, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, and you kept pressing it till it was at 100 or 0, and then you were screwed.
Didn't you do the blacksmithing thing?
That was in Skyrim.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting way ahead of myself.
No, you're good.
They're kind of combining.
Yeah. But, again, I really like the story in Oblivion, but I also really like the lock-picking system in Oblivion. I thought it was cool that you could move
actually hit the tumblers. And
yeah, and it had a bit of a skill element, as opposed to Morrowind, where, you just
kind of poke it.
The door. It would work or it wouldn't, or you'd take the tower sign and just automatically open it. But
if you're a little bit,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Wait, tower sign.
So in the beginning of the game, there's you create your character and you create like what you want your stats to be. So you like I want to be good at longsword and I want to be good at this, and then you're born under a certain sign. It's like a zodiac sign, and it's just like an ability that you get. And one of the abilities is called the Tower, and it lets you open anything under lock level 50, which is really good.
So like
Which
the
is like
guardian,
everything.
the guardian stones in Skyrim.
Almost.
For a while.
Yeah. So I took that for a while, and then when you kind of learn the game, you know that you can get journeymans and master picks pretty early on, so you don't need to take it anymore, and you can get other stuff. But
Yeah.
anyway, and then the most popular, Skyrim,
The game they have released
the game that
16 times.
My
Yeah,
absolute favorite. I've bought it 4 times.
Four
Bought it
time-
for,
yeah.
I've bought it
Full
3
price.
times.
they're actually re-releasing
Full
it on.
price.
They're actually going to re-release it on the smart fridge here soon. So look at.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that means I got to go get a smart fridge.
So you can play
So
the
then
new
you spend
Skyrim.
Yeah, play the
60,
new Skyrim.
$60 on the.
That's right.
Like the more you stock the fridge, the more inventory space you have. The fridge knows.
the fridge, no handprint on the fridge.
The fridge, we know.
Cicero openly mocks you when you grab food.
Skyrim is one of the only games that
I was
I've
about to do a
played.
Cicero impression, but I will spare you.
I have played Skyrim multiple times through, multiple different characters, and as in multiple, I mean like 5.
I mean, it's a long game.
5 per game that you've bought.
Well, like okay, because it came out on the Xbox, then it came out on the One remastered,
Yes, and it came out on Switch.
then it came out on Switch. Okay, I guess I bought it 3 times. Full
And
price.
then, well, they had like a PC release, and
Yeah, I never did that. I mean, my main play was on the Xbox One until I got the Switch, and then
you needed it to be mobile.
well, yeah,
so-
whenever I travel, I just pull out my Switch, playing Skyrim, same game. It's awesome.
But again, I like Skyrim. It's a lot like Morrowind in that. I mean, I've seen TikToks of people who just do Skyrim,
Yeah.
and a lot of that stuff, like we're still finding stuff up about it, pretty much.
Oh,
Different hacks.
5 games into the series, you have such an amount of lore, and there's books, just full of lore, and people just, here's a book, put it in my pocket, move on. Like, there's so much lore in dialogue options, in books, in the storyline. They even allude to like previous games and stuff. But you said it earlier that as the series progressed, it became more and more handholdy,
Yeah, it's very true.
to the point where like Skyrim is like, oh, here's an arrow. This is the thing I need. Pick it up. Now the arrow will tell me where I need to drop it off, so I can just run straight toward it, like up and over mountains. And
Yeah, and I mean,
Oh, the
Morrowind,
waypoints. You mean
Morrowind
waypoints.
had you do like that a bit of investigative work.
well, yeah, there was no waypoints in Morrowind, but more importantly, there was no there was fast travel, but not really in Morrowind. I mean, you could take the Stealth Strider.
Boots of blinding speed does not count as fast travel.
That's true. But even even oh my gosh, Boots of Blinding Speed. You had to go out of your way to get it, and then you had to go out of your way to cure the blindness but keep the speed. Like,
Yeah.
it was a chore. But if you got it, it was like, okay, good for you.
Super worth it.
And then like in Skyrim, I felt like the fast travel system was a lot better. In Morrowind, it wasn't like, oh, go here. It was always like a riddle or something in like, it was like 7 pages into your journal and you couldn't find it, and it's like, go east of this, and you're like, dude, just tell me where it is. Like, I don't know.
My problem with that is that like with the fast traveling, and especially once you've progressed to a certain point in the game where you're like, okay, I need to be here, and then I need to be here, and then I need to be here. You're just playing loading screen the game,
Yeah,
and it's just
it's
true.
not fun.
yeah.
But I
Best
still
game.
I still think Skyrim was a really good game. I mean, it was a little handholdy, but the combat was 1,000 times better.
I just-
It was fun fighting dragons. It was fun fighting.
And shouts.
Every-
Oh, is
Yeah, I
there
like the
anything
shouts.
more epic than just
Fusro
Fusro Da?
One thing I loved about Skyrim after the first few times I've played was just like the different, not hacks, but like
Exploits.
my favorite exploit to get my sneak level up was to
Yeah.
go to
Oh,
High
stab
Hrothgar.
the
I had
graybeards.
guard, and you just you crouch by the.
You get to
graybeard.
level 100 and like
The
2
gray
minutes.
the graybeards will not react if you stealth stab them. So you can just do it over and over and over and over
They go,
again.
what?
I think
Well, no,
if
you have
you
to wait for the
shout-
eye to close.
I think if
Yeah.
you shout, they do or something. I remember that it was finicky.
it was awesome. That's how I would get my stealth all the
Yeah.
way up.
And then I remember, Bethesda games have their fair share of glitch. You can call them glitches, exploits, or you can call them
Like the treasure.
bug becomes a feature.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
The
That's
key
the
jot.
clutch. And that's the thing with games this big. Is that like
It's gonna happen.
it's gonna be buggy.
And I still remember the Dawn Star glitch where every person's inventory is a
Yep.
treasure chest
Hidden
under
beneath the map, yeah.
And in Dawn Star, you could access one of the treasure chests accidentally, and you could just keep reloading it and keep gathering.
Isn't
all
that
the stuff.
the Khajiit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That's their stash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
caravan.
It's the Khajiit caravan. They sit on the outskirts, but there's for some reason their inventory is in a chest near the city.
Right.
And you can just grind that out, and then you can do. There's like a smithing exploit, and that's one I actually did, and I got my smithing to 100, and it was fun.
You've seen the playthroughs where it's like, ding ding smithing 22,000. Like
Yeah.
okay,
and then it breaks.
it
your
crashes
brain.
the game.
Or
yeah.
then there's
Yeah.
the potion of fortification rejuvenation that you can make. That
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
you can enchant pretty much anything. You can have a billion
Fire damage.
just
yeah.
anything.
and
Run
Morrowind,
around with your underwear and all your armors and your boots, and you run around with butter
Yep.
knives stabbing people.
exactly. But in Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, the biggest exploits are always alchemy. Always.
Oh yeah.
You can make potions that fortify pretty much everything.
Oh.
I mean, the speed run on Morrowind is 11 minutes. So it's
Just like Sejanine, Ghost Wall. Dead.
it's
Dig out there.
Satanine, book it to Balmora, join the Fighters and Mages Guild, and then you like fortify intelligence and you use the Scrolls of Incarian Flight, go to Ghostgate, you have to get Keening and Sunder, and then you go to the boss, defeat him, and game over.
Okay. I just
In
sorry.
11 minutes.
I
speed run.
love that they put things like that in, just like the scrolls of Vicarian Flight. Just some dude.
Yeah.
Now, is the 11 minutes including load screens?
I think so, actually, because when you use a Scroll of Incarian Flight, you have to wait for the game to render, and I think that counts as part of the time.
Probably.
So
But I mean, if you're running like a good enough computer, it's
Yeah.
seconds, you know.
yeah, and they run a specific version
Yeah.
where I don't know all that stuff, but Elder Scrolls, great game. I can't wait until another one comes out.
We
didn't get
completely skipped over
Oh, we forgot about online.
Elder
For good
Scrolls
reason.
Online for good
forgot
reason.
about online.
Oh my goodness! So
Sean, why don't you tell us the release of online? Because you've got a good story.
I need to
about
tell a
it.
little story about Elder Scrolls Online. So Elder Scrolls Online released on the Xbox One, and I got the Xbox One a little later than everyone else. I'm not very technically savvy.
It wasn't that much later.
It was like 3 or 4 years after its release.
Okay, because I think you were the
The
first to
Xbox
get.
One?
It was not
The
that
Xbox
much.
One,
No,
yeah.
no, you were maybe a
You were-
year and a half.
Yeah,
You think so?
I
Yeah.
think so. Because I think you were the first of us to get one.
Was
Yep,
I?
you were the first.
Yeah, for sure. Because I was the last.
Oh.
Then I got mine because of Fallout 4.
Oh. Okay then. Okay. Well, still, I waited a bit,
Either way.
but I'm not very technically savvy. Is something you need to know for this story. I got the Xbox, and all I had known up to that point was the RGB cables, you know, the red, white, yellow that you plug into the back of the TV.
Yeah, for the PS2 and the Xbox.
So I get out the cord and it's an HDMI, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I didn't have an HDMI TV. So I would bring the game over to Andrew's house, plug it into his TV, just like play video games in his house, and then leave.
Yeah. But the funny part is that the day you bought it, you also bought Elder Scrolls Online.
I did, yes.
And
That's why I bought it.
yeah, you showed up to my house at like midnight because the servers were open that night.
Yeah.
But what we didn't realize is that, so you plugged it in, you got the TV up, and you're sitting there, and something happened to the servers. They didn't go live, or they crashed.
Well, I had to download the game.
Oh yeah,
And it's a big game.
That took forever, and we must have been up till 4 or 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And we did not. You didn't get into a lobby, and you were like, "Oh, I'll come over tomorrow." And I was like, "Dude, I have work tomorrow. I don't know if that's gonna work." And you were pretty bummed because you really wanted to play.
I really wanted to play the new Elder Scrolls.
Wasn't happening, but it's okay because Elder Scrolls Online was meh.
It was very meh. That's what. Because I mean, we were talking earlier about how trailers. I get fooled by trailers sometimes. I see the epic trailer, and they were releasing some epic trailers for Elder Scrolls.
Were.
They still are. Like, if anything good came from the Elder Scrolls Online, it was their trailers. But they completely went a different direction as far as gameplay is concerned. It's one of those games that, like, you need a party, like a dedicated team to play. Mm-hmm. And it's a cool concept. It really didn't work out.
The only time I ever showed any interest was when they released the region of Morrowind on. It was like an expansion, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I watched some gameplay, and I was like, nah. And then I went to a pawn shop, and I saw like 17 of them for sale for like $5 or $6. And I was
that
like,
should have been the tip off.
That's the sign right there. But Chase, did you ever play online? Elder Scrolls Online?
No.
You're lucky.
The appeal to it was that you could go anywhere, that you could go to any region.
Yeah,
you know.
And I mean,
but
that sounds fun.
But like when you go to Morrowind, quote unquote, it's like this little, like 3 towns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
Not my cup of tea.
And I don't know. I feel like it just kind of, it didn't ruin the lore, but it just
threw a curveball.
It just kind of meshed it up.
Oh yeah.
And I'd rather just go back and play Skyrim and learn all the hidden secrets about this, that, and the other thing instead of,
Was Elder Scrolls Online an actual success though?
Technically, I think.
Define success.
Like how many active users do they have then versus now? You know what? I think they had a lot on launch. I'm guessing they don't have too many anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to fall victim to that. Like, oh, just because I don't play it means it's a bad game. I think sometimes we do that, but I honestly think it's a game that has declined a lot in users. I think people just kind of got sick of it.
They're still coming out with expansions for it. So take that however you will.
Makes sense. I mean, I know Bethesda really likes to bleed their games dry.
I mean, meaning
how many copies of Skyrim
re-releasing
it?
yes, that's exactly why. And like, we'll get into the Fallouts, but there too.
I mean, like, they are good games though. Like, they still charge $60 for it.
As far as like the open world fantasy genre, you can't beat Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
there is no better game.
Is Elder Scrolls Online pay to play?
No.
Besides, I guess your Xbox Live membership.
No.
You have to pay for like the initial game, but then, there are things that you can buy,
like the expansions.
Yes, but you don't have to pay for anything more than the initial game.
Yeah, it's not like WoW where you're paying like a monthly
subscription
or anything like
that. Gotcha.
But Skyrim, it's been a while since we've had a new again, other than online, like a dedicated game. Skyrim was released, was it 2011?
2011. 11. That was 10 years ago.
That's a long, we're due for a new one.
That's right. And, we got the teaser, not this E3, last E3.
Oh, yeah, didn't we?
For Elder Scrolls 6.
Andrew, weren't you the first one of us to buy the copy?
Skyrim?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I swear I bought it day of. Like, waited in line.
I mean,
at
we
GameStop.
all.
Because I never bought it till. Oh no, I had it. Yeah,
Because
never mind.
that was like when I was playing the crap out of Oblivion, and then there is one they fear. That commercial came out, and then I played more Oblivion just to tide me over until Skyrim came out, and then I bought it on release.
See, I remember back then I was playing I didn't really start getting into Skyrim till it was the Xbox One remastered. I mean, I had it for the Xbox. I played, but I was way into. Oh, I think it was Modern Warfare 3 back then.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That probably would have been.
Modern Warfare 3. I was
Yeah,
way into
you were
that
on
game.
the grind with that one.
And so I didn't. I have a one-track mind. I have
Well,
to.
and you have to understand, we all three of us left in 2012, and I think it was released around the end of 2011.
Yeah,
So
in November of 2011.
there, you know,
Yeah.
you had that brief window, and if you didn't have that window, you know, we all left for a while, and then we came back. But is there anything? I just remembered this. Is there anything in Skyrim that you annoyed you or that you didn't really like? I mean, I hate griping on it, but is there anything that you're just like, ugh, this?
I
Load
talked a little
screen.
bit of...
For example, the puzzles got a little repetitive. For
Oh,
me.
definitely.
I was just like, oh, the turning the little triangle pyramid puzzle again. How fun!
And the claw on the door.
Yeah, and
Just
the-
every
Oh,
single dungeon has the
Yeah,
claw door.
like, oh, this again. All right. I mean, again, I hate griping on it, but that got a little annoying. But after, there were things that redeemed it. 'Cause, you know, you'd find that random weapon in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
See,
What about a new hand has touched the beacon?
Oh, is that Mirrodin's beacon? Oh
It's
my
just
gosh.
like you'd find it in every.
Yeah, it would come up just like in the most inconvenient time. I actually saw a meme where it was like, "Be careful this Halloween. People are make sure to check your kids' candy. You don't want people sneaking in Mirrodin's beacon."
yes. That was probably my biggest gripe was the beacon.
The beacon.
Well, see, whenever I played Skyrim, I'm really bad at. I save every 2 seconds,
You do save a
and
lot.
so
He's a
anytime,
slave
like,
slut.
you know, you fall from a high place, you save right before you hit the bottom, reload, boop, oh, I'm on the ground, no problem. Or same with lock picking. I've spent so much time in load screens, mainly because, oh, didn't get this door open, broke my lockpick. Reload.
If
He's like,
I-
go.
I'm holding 99, but I need that 99. I'm just gonna retry.
Yep.
if I remember correctly, I think you did this a lot in Fallout 2. You took everything, didn't you?
Everything.
Yep, that was. I remember that because you would search and you would just take literally everything, like as much as you could carry.
I was a hoarder. And my problem, too, is... I mean, I do that in all of the Fallouts, all of Skyrim, and even in the Outer Worlds. I will take every little thing I can find, and then I put it in one spot. And the worst part is, this happens all the time, where I click the take all button,
Oh, then you gotta put it all
and then I
back.
spend an hour putting everything back in that I don't need. It's a problem.
So in Morrowind, if you drop a bunch of stuff, it depends where you drop it. If you just drop it, a lot of times it'll disappear, so that's not really reliable. Or if you drop X amount of stuff, it'll turn into a crate. I didn't realize that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
either. That's
So
pretty
if
cool.
you drop like, I mean, I don't know what the number is, but it'll recognize that there's X amount of stuff here, and it'll become a crate.
I did not know that.
I mean, maybe someone lied to me on Facebook. I saw that's a Facebook post, but
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
But a cute little detail they put into Skyrim with that. If you like drop like, oh, I'm carrying too much, and you drop
I
stuff,
kn- yeah.
people will come up to you and be like, "Can I have that?" You're like, "Sure, no thanks," and they'll just go pick it up and like equip it. It's funny.
But I don't know. I think Skyrim did a lot of cool stuff. You could have companions. You could get married.
Oh yeah.
You could join tons of guilds.
Your
Um,
house.
Oh, build your own house.
I missed that.
Yeah,
That was cool.
That was really cool. I mean, even completing like the Dark Brotherhood, it was
That was my favorite quest.
It was
line,
a-
was the Dark Brotherhood.
it wasn't easy and it wasn't short. You know,
Yeah.
It took a time.
Yeah.
So I think it has.
And I mean, we
Replayability
can
for
we can
sure.
only hope that the new Elder Scrolls has as much. love put into it. I don't know how true this is. I heard it was data mined that it would be called Redfall.
Interesting. I don't know.
So take that one with a grain of salt.
I just hope it's not.
Elder Scrolls 6 Online.
Yeah, well, and I hope they just stick to what they do best. I don't want. I think a lot of gaming companies are just like hopping on bandwagons. Like, I don't want to see Elder Scrolls Battle Royale. You know, I don't want to see.
Ooh, don't even say that.
I know, but you know,
That made me cringe.
Ooh.
I don't want to. I hope it's not too handholdy. I hope it's just. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old and getting crotchety, but Bethesda.
Join me, brother.
Now that we're done, or
I think
we
that's
can go
all our
back.
gripes about Elder
Yeah,
Scrolls.
we can go back and forth, but now we can talk about Chase's baby, which is Fallout.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, New Vegas, 4, 76.
So the only one I played, the one I played the most was New Vegas, which I know is weird, but you played the crap out of Fallout 3 or 4?
3 and
3
4.
and
4.
4. Chase
I played-
actually introduced me to Fallout.
Oh, yeah. I let you borrow my New Vegas.
Yeah, you did.
And then you, like, beat it, and I was like, what the heck? You loved Valentine.
No, that was 4. Fallout 4.
No, Valentine, the detective dude.
That was in Fallout 4.
Yeah, that was
not
4.
New Vegas. 100% that was Fallout 4.
Yeah, that's 4.
Can't remember. Fallout 3 was my baby. I never played 1 and 2, but yes, Fallout 3 was definitely my baby.
Big question for you, Chaser. And this one is partially for the audience, too. Do you or do you not blow up Megaton?
Blow it up 100%.
Blow up Megaton?
I actually did not blow it up.
I have blown it up.
Get
I've
out.
also have not blown it up. It just depends. I sometimes
Oh, so you
it's that
just ride the
mayor.
fence.
Isn't that mayor? Is like really annoying.
I thought it was Nuketown.
Megaton is the town.
Oh, what's Nuketown?
It's a town.
Did I make that up?
I think you just made
I
that.
don't know. There's Nuka Cola.
Oh, I thought it was called Nuketown. I don't know. Let me look it up.
I mean, Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 to me felt very similar, except Fallout 4 was crazy into the suits of armor. So
Oh, that's right. 'Cause
I went-
I remember that's when we were living together, and I would walk out of my room, and you were hunting down other armors.
every suit of armor I found
Yeah, I remember that.
with a little bit of internet
So wait,
help.
again, I'd never really played Fallout. Did the suits of armor like some specialize in other things,
Yes.
where it was like you get 20% more VATS, or you get
They're all a little different.
Yes.
you
but
get protection from radiation.
I mean,
guess
I
I'll do
had
that.
every suit. I can't remember how many suits there were, like 20 something. But my base of operations was that little gas station that you find
The Red Rocket.
Yep, that you find really early in the game. And
Hilariously, where you find the dog.
I would put every suit of armor on top, like it was.
Sentinels.
Yeah.
Gargoyles.
It was so cool.
I remember you sent me a screenshot of that, and I was like, that's so cool.
But no, Fallout 3 was definitely my favorite. I really like how all the Fallout games start.
In the vault.
Yeah. There's one Fallout game we haven't mentioned yet.
Which Fallout game is the one where
The Vault.
you
the
start
mobile?
at, no
Mobile.
what's the one where you start out in like the I can't remember.
That's 4.
And then you jump into the thing
The
cryo.
freezer.
the cryo freezer.
Yeah,
that's
that's
4.
4.
I remember somebody like right as that game was released, they instantly modded it. When you're walking through the house, the game was exactly the same. The only difference was the toilet paper roll was switched the other way.
Yep, I remember
Wait,
this.
wait. What?
They were
Why?
switched the wrong way.
So like in the original game, they have the toilet paper roll rolling off the front of the roll, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so somebody, as soon as the game was released, modded the game. It was the first mod, I think. And the game was exactly the same, but when you walk through the house, it's like the tutorial.
Yeah.
When you walk into the bathroom, the toilet paper rolls off the back of the roll.
But that's the wrong way.
No.
Roll off the front is the right way.
I according to this guy, the right way is to roll off the back.
He's wrong.
But anyway, or maybe it was the other way around. I thought it was funny.
But that is funny.
Yeah, it's the only mod in that certain version.
There's so much, like, again, with, like, the whole Elder Scrolls side of things, with, like,
I'm thinking
the,
Call of Duty.
the
too.
lore and all that stuff. Every vault that you find has a different story. And if you stay in those vaults long enough and you learn, I mean,
Oh yeah.
every vault was
The
an experiment.
Vault Tech was doing experiments.
They were all experiments, and like, I loved it.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool
Very
Easter eggs.
realistic for the American corporations to experiment on their subjects.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Easter eggs in Fallout. I remember
there were.
There was a Indiana Jones reference. I think you could get was there like an alien or a ray gun you could get?
So there was
yeah,
the Alien expansion
Oh, I
where
don't
you go
remember
onto
that.
the alien ships. Oh, it was so cool! And, like they had like some crazy powerful ways of rifles.
The one that flopped.
Hi, I'm Billy. Want to buy my Wazer rifle?
Fallout.
That's a good song. By the way. Look it up. Wazer rifle.
Never played.
Okay.
I never played this.
I
either.
don't even know.
Okay.
I heard
Here's
it
the
was
thing.
A bug fiasco.
I was super excited. I got in on the beta. It was a bad time. It's a bad time all around.
like most betas though.
It was very much like Elder Scrolls Online. Like almost exactly. Like they like completely changed the playstyle, and they were trying to go this like World of Warcraft type feel to it almost. And it just again, maybe it's just me, maybe it's not my thing, but I couldn't stand it.
I mean, I heard it even after they quote unquote fixed everything. It was still just a buggy mess.
Yeah. And like there was like a nuke system where like players could obtain nukes and blow up other
What?
people's bases or stations, and it did not work for me.
So, I pulled up some stats on it actually. So I looked up the active users within the last 30 days. This is an average. How many average players are playing Fallout 76 in the last 30 days?
1.6.
I'm gonna say
No, million.
Wait, what? 1.6 million? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna say
my
in-
mic.
76 in the last 30 days.
How many average players does Fallout 76 have within the last 30 days?
I'm gonna say
This is according to Steam charts.
50,000.
50,000, Chase?
What did I say?
You said 1.6 million.
1.6 mil.
1.6 million?
Yeah.
7,000.
7,000.
7,000. I see.
7,000.
I was gonna say like 10,000, but I was like, no.
On
it can't be.
average.
Okay.
Wait. Let's go back. How many people
Which
are
is
playing
weird.
Elder Scrolls Online? Because 76
give me
came
some
out
stats
way
for that.
after.
Oh yeah, way after. But they're still coming out with
Wait,
expansions.
you said
for
7,000?
Average in the last
30 days.
Oh my gosh.
A couple
That's
months
terrible.
ago, it was only 4,000.
Wow.
Gosh.
So, yeah, don't play Fallout 76.
I knew it was bad. I just thought, I don't know, 1.6 mil was just a number.
This is different because it's counting the number of subscribers.
Uh-oh. Didn't we just say that there was no subscription for? Is there a subscription now? Did that change?
Let's just cut that out.
Oh, wait.
Cut that. Next.
The game has around blank monthly active players. Okay, I don't know if this is accurate, but
1.6 mil.
it says 2.5 million.
Oh, okay. So, better. But again,
by a lot.
they're coming out with new expansions, and the story is actually like moving forward in that game. They're actually paying attention to
Didn't
that
they
game.
just give up on 76?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they did, yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know if it's...
Take the L on that
So,
one.
we've talked about Elder Scrolls. We've talked about Fallout. What about some of the less known, but just as fun
I
games?
mean,
Maybe not just as fun.
honorable mentions. These are games that we have not played, like us personally, that we haven't played that much, but we know that they're big names in Bethesda's pocket. Probably the biggest, that I know of would be Doom, the new Doom games.
Yeah, Doom's got a pretty big fan base. I mean, There's a lot
Very,
of there's
very
a lot.
loyal fans.
Thank you. People who like Doom are diehard Doom fans.
Oh yeah.
They wait in line for the next one. It's a short line, but they wait.
Try to get. They find a way to make it hard.
Yeah,
That's what Doom fans like.
I've played a little bit of. I played half of Doom Eternal. It was fun. It just wasn't for me. It was just Doom's
Just a
very
hack and slash.
It's just very over the top, and it's very. Every level kind of seemed the same to me, but again, I'm not a Doom player, so maybe other people would disagree. But
Something I love.
Doom's been around for forever.
Oh yeah. People are trying to put it on their calculators. And something I will say that I love about Doom, the music.
Oh yeah.
I'll just listen to the soundtrack by itself, especially when I'm like working out or something. Like it gets the blood flowing.
It's also got
I've gotten many a speeding ticket to the Doom soundtrack.
That's true, by the way. That's not a lie.
Doom also has a pretty loyal speedrunning community. There's a lot of people that speedrun Doom. I watched some of the videos. It's pretty impressive. There's a lot of technique to it.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
I mean, while we're on the subject of music, can we just talk about how incredibly amazing the music is? Elder Scrolls music, Fallout music.
Yep. I will put on Morrowind and Skyrim
just to listen.
Yeah, just the soundtracks in the background. It's just if like I'm studying or just doing whatever.
Yeah.
But
incredible, epic music. That alone could just stand on its own. We also have the Dishonored series, which I played a lot of the first game, but I didn't play a lot of the second game.
I did not play the first game. I watched a playthrough of the first game, but I did not watch. I watched somebody do a playthrough of no kills, so they beat the game with absolutely no killing.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
that's tight.
Seemed pretty hard, but
oh yeah. Especially because
seems
like
cool.
there's a lot of like stealth mechanics to it, and like there are two ways that you can play a stealth game. Either you have to hide the bodies so no one notices the bodies, or you make sure that there's no one around to notice the bodies.
Can you in Dishonored? Can you just not kill anyone and just bypass everyone?
You know,
completely?
you play it like thief style and just sneak around and throw a distraction over there, and then whoa, what was that? And then you sneak past. But I mean, if you want to do it on hard mode, you might as well just play Doom.
There you go.
You just reminded me of my most memorable moment in playing Skyrim. You were there.
Oh yeah.
Remember? So we were talking about you can get married, get a house. You can also even adopt children.
Okay.
Well, so I think you can adopt up to 2 kids. And remember how I said I was a save enthusiast?
A save slut?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So, anyway, I adopted these 2 kids. Pretty much the first 2 kids that I think I ran across that I knew about.
Just the first kids I could find.
Well,
you over there, you're mine.
well, someone told me that, if you get, I think it's the daughter Sophie, I think her name is.
She'll like bring you stuff.
Oh,
She'll
yeah,
bring you stuff.
Yeah.
And you were there for this when I was like, oh man. And once you adopt the kids, you can't get rid of them. So I went back to my safe forever ago to when I didn't, before I adopted the second kid. And it was right, and I saved right in front of him.
You just like walked
And
away.
like the save loads. And I'm facing this kid, and I turn around, walk away.
That's funny.
Sorry, that's probably my most.
Like, actually, I want someone else. I want Sophie.
Sorry, I can only have 2.
And you don't bring me stuff. That's funny. Let's see what else. I think that's all their heavy hitters.
What about-
Unless
We're
you-
talking about the up and coming games.
Up and coming.
Star-
Starfield.
Starfield. We just saw
Not
the,
to be
we saw the E3
confused with
trailer
StarCraft.
like 3 minutes ago.
Okay, well, let's
First
do-
impressions.
I'm gonna go last.
You wanna go last?
Yeah, I want to go last.
First impressions.
Impressions or predictions?
both.
Both.
Okay, impression, like it. I think it's going to be very, very similar to Outer Worlds.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know with like the whole traveling to different planets, if you can build your own ship. I don't know if that's been confirmed.
Nothing's been confirmed.
Because like, I loved Outer Worlds. I guess it's not technically Bethesda or what. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know anything. But
I think that's ZeniMax.
it had very Bethesda vibes to it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, in that game you had your one ship that you could travel around in, but you only had like 5-6 places that you could visit. But I still like the one ship. Too bad, you can't pilot it or anything like that. I wonder if they'll actually bring that more in. My biggest fear is I just do not want Starfield to end up like, what's that game called? The one that we all...
No Man's
No
Sky.
Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Okay,
we
that's
all
it.
downloaded.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So
Okay.
that's kind of where I'm going.
I liked No Man's Sky a little bit.
I still play
It
No
is
Man's Sky.
so long, so hard.
Very empty. It's very grindy.
It's a grind.
Like, I lost
man.
everything in like a dumb way to like try to get a ship ready, and I was like, it's too much just to go back.
To try to find
To
like
start
more
over?
oxygen and more
Oh.
sulfur and
And like any time I pick it up again, I forget everything.
like all the controls.
Everything. And like, oh, I gotta make this, which turns into
It-
this, which turns into this.
Yeah.
It really is like, if you haven't played it, you pretty much need to do the tutorial again almost, because you do forget a lot.
But the tutorial took me like a month.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. That's kind of the same thing I was gonna say. My initial thoughts. I'm skeptical. I feel like they may,
You think they'll take it in No Man's Sky direction?
in the sense that they're kind of like biting off more that they can chew. I don't
Oh.
think they'll lie like No Man's Sky, like that whole issue.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just like they're gonna make it too explorative. That's maybe not a word.
I don't
It's
think
gonna
so.
be,
not enough about combat.
and it's gonna be too much like No Man's Sky, where it's like, okay, like half of the game is surviving in a bad way, and like,
Yeah.
it's
As long
just,
as
it's like a chore, man. It's just like so grindy. I feel like I'm getting nothing done. I go to the other planets, they're empty, and like, yeah, there's combat, but not really.
Yeah.
And
As long
I
as it's not
I haven't,
called,
I haven't seen a good space game in a long time, so I'm very skeptical.
as long as it's not called Starfield, like online or something like that.
Starfield.
Starfield 2059.
Starfield 76.
Starfield Mobile.
I think I'll be good. But you never played Outer Worlds.
I never did. I did not play Outer
Oh, that's a
Worlds.
shame.
You'll like that one.
I get kind of Knights of the Old Republic vibes, maybe.
No.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
It's
It's not open world.
It's like 76 meets
not
Skyrim.
open world. It's
It is
open.
open.
It's open area.
Like
Open
like
worlds.
open world.
open
like,
areas.
Open areas.
So like
Yeah.
open world, like GTA's open world.
Not even.
No.
No.
Oh,
GTA's
smaller
open
than
world.
that.
It's like, you know what we were talking about with Elder Scrolls, where it's like you get 3 little towns to explore, and then that's it. And then you move,
online, yeah.
and then you move to like the next area, and then you get like 3 little towns to explore. That's what it's like.
Like, if you combine all the worlds that you travel to together, it would maybe create one world.
big map. Yeah,
But, like, I don't even think that big map is even equivalent to the size of Skyrim's map.
No,
Not even close.
I don't think so.
Or, like, Breath of the Wild. You know.
Oh, no way.
Definitely not, of course.
Breath of the Wild's huge.
But
Anyway, I hope it does well. I need to get closer. I hope it does well. We didn't get a whole lot from the trailer. I mean, it's just your typical space
It's just a teaser
stuff.
trailer. It still doesn't come out until next year. But
11/11/22.
prepare.
Those aren't coordinates, I'm pretty sure. those are actually release dates, Sean told me.
That's right.
Well, thank you for tuning in to the Buddies Much podcast. Please like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Rate. Review. Tell your friends about us. And
We'll see you next week.
see you next week.